Welcome to France. In this video, we're on an incredible road trip exploring iconic islands, historic coastlines, monolithic cathedrals, and quintessential French towns. Let's begin. I've been looking forward to this one for a long time. If you could see what I could see right now, I'm sure you could see why. Mont Saint-Michel is a tidal island with evidence of a settlement here dating back to the 3rd century BC.
Oh, I think it's going narrower. Can I even get that? What if I get stuck?
Yeah, maybe. At high tides, this island is cut off from the mainland, but as we climb the walls, we see the unique and otherworldly landscapes as the tide is at its lowest point. This is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and one of the reasons why is the 8th century abbey that sits at the peak and soars 302 feet towards the sky. Now we're just heading down and we're going to do a lap around the Mont Saint-Michel as the tide is still out. Our next site is located on the coast of Normandy and is a location that played a significant role during D-Day on June 6, 1944. This rugged cliff, rising approximately 100 feet above the English Channel, is located directly between the Utah and Omaha beaches and housed a German artillery battery that posed an unmistakable threat to the Allied forces attempting to land on either of those beaches below. American soldiers scaled these cliffs under intense fire and successfully captured the position. Today, La Pointe du Hoc serves as a preserved battle site and a memorial to the bravery and sacrifice of those who fought for this cliff. Next up, we're briefly hopping just over the border from Normandy into Brittany to visit Fougeres. We can split our visit here into two halves. Firstly, heading down to the lower town, known for the imposing medieval fortress that is said to be one of the largest in Europe. I just love how you can see elements of the fortress. This city has kind of been built atop of. France is so good at making these kind of beautiful villages and integrating the old fortresses and new buildings seamlessly. From here, we slowly climb to the top of the town. This is Rue Nationale, and at the head is a town square that used to be called Place du Brûlis, which translates to the Burning Square, as most of this part of the town was rebuilt following a large fire that destroyed most of it.
It's a vanilla one and a chocolate one.
The town is beautiful. So beautiful, in fact, that we found a peaceful spot and Ellie painted the picturesque town of Fougeres. I just wanted to take this moment to thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you're enjoying it, and if you do want to see more from all over France and Normandy, please do feel free to click my full French playlist, which is linked here. We're always off on new adventures and we're enjoying more and more exploring France and all of the beauty spots that it has to offer. But anyway, let's continue on with the next day. What you got there, huh?
This is my breakfast. And this will be my breakfast every morning until we live here. I think I look very French. Every morning when we get up and drive, we just see people walking around with baguettes, so now that's what we're doing.
Our first stop takes us to the iconic Bayeux, known for the Bayeux Tapestry that is held here. I couldn't film the tapestry itself, so you'll just have to take my word for it that it is incredible. At around 70 meters long and depicting William the Conqueror's invasion of England in 1066, this tapestry was made to enable people who couldn't read to understand the events. And if that wasn't enough, the town of Bayeux itself is something special.
It's very impressive, but they're always impressive. I always look at them like, yeah, that's big.
Yeah, the French built their Notre Dame on a scale of 11. This cathedral was built under the patronage of Bishop Odo, who was the half-brother of William the Conqueror, and is one of the earliest Gothic cathedrals in France. The next morning we began our long drive pretty much across Normandy to our next stop, which is Paris. I'm not going to go into too much detail about Paris in this video because we have an entire video on what we did on these days throughout Paris, but I do want to talk about a specific area just outside of Paris that we visited during this time, and that is Versailles. Versailles is a UNESCO World Heritage Site that was once the home of Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette. With stunning gardens and jaw-dropping architecture, it's a truly breathtaking place. We can begin by wandering through the palace itself, including the historic Hall of Mirrors, which was where the famous Treaty of Versailles was signed, effectively ending the First World War. After getting lost in the palace and marvelling at its many painted ceilings, be sure to spend some time in the gardens. They're just as enchanting as the palace itself, especially with their musical fountain shows that play throughout the day. After those few days in Paris, it was time to begin the long drive back to England. But on the way, we passed via Amiens, and how could we resist a visit to this cathedral? This cathedral is the largest Gothic cathedral in France and the tallest in the world, standing at almost 42 meters tall. And that was our final stop on this incredible road trip. On our ferry back to England, we reminisced about all the amazing things we have seen on this trip. France always seems to surprise us every single time we go, without fail, with the beautiful nature, history, and culture that you can find around every corner. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. As I said earlier, if you want to see more from France, please do click the full playlist here. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful if you're planning your own road trip across Normandy soon. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.